All right. All right. I'm going to call to order the meeting of the Appearance Commission in the Village of Homewood for April 2nd, 2026. Roll call, please.
Hey, member Banks, member Chupke,
Here.
member Preston,
Here.
member Quirk,
Here.
member Johnson, member Cluck, here, Chair Ryan.
Here. Thank you.
Four.
Next agenda item, I just realized we probably can't approve at this meeting because we don't have a
Enough.
quorum from last month here to approve.
Oh, you're right.
That's correct.
So we're gonna have to-
That's all.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to pass this on to the
Here.
next meeting. All right, next is public comments. Is there anybody online, Noah, that from the public?
Not a piercing or anything. Nope, not at this time.
All right, and is there anybody in the audience who's not here for the agenda items? No. Okay, cool. We can move on past that. Move on to regular business. Public meeting for the court case 26-10, the comprehensive sign plan for Dobbs Tire and Auto Center at 18340 Kedzie Avenue. And Noah, would you like to
All right,
introduce it, please?
absolutely. We're gonna go. Kedzie. Gotta do a couple steps here and just for the first one, and then we'll be able to just move between them. In case anyone joins us online. All right. Thank you, Commission. Just going to briefly introduce this case, which is a request for a comprehensive sign plan for the former CarX building at 18340 Kedzie, which is proposed to become a Dobbs Tire and Auto. All right. Oh man, we're gonna have font problems. Forgive me for that. The vehicle service center, the CarX was vacated about 2 years ago. It's been vacant since. Dobbs Tire and Auto Center is looking to open a full service center at this location. And the applicant has proposed a set of signage for to be located on this building. Very quickly, and I know this is fairly tough to see with the light. Arlene, if you want to grab the light, it'll be easier to see. They're proposing 3 signs. There's 2 wall signs proposed. Both are 44 square feet in size. One is an illuminated cabinet letter sign that'll say Dobbs Tire and Auto. The other one is over the garage bays on the other side of the building that says complete auto service, or I'll have a message just related to the garage service doors. They're also proposing to replace the sign copy in the existing pylon sign that's on site. The comprehensive sign plan request, then the packet includes a map that shows the locations of those signs. We'll make sure that the 3rd sign is included on that map if this is approved this evening. That just indicates the location of that 3rd sign. Very quickly, just to note, the 2 signs, if you were to combine them into 1 sign, for example, it would still meet our maximum wall sign area requirement. This is just 2 smaller signs. Currently our sign code for this building would only allow 1 sign, 1 wall sign, and then the pylon sign copy to be replaced. So hence the comprehensive sign plan request. Here's just a quick graphic that shows what's allowed: 1 wall sign and 1 pylon sign. They're proposing for 2 wall signs and then that 1 pylon sign. That 1 pylon sign is slightly larger than what is allowed by our code. It's pre-existing, they're allowed for a sign copy within the confines of our legal and created that. Increase of the font, so there's just some details here. They're included in the packet of just walking through the restrictions of that comprehensive sign plan. Basically, the next tenant will have to follow the restrictions, or would have to come back to you to have that comprehensive plan amended, but it would allow them then to have 2 smaller wall signs. It would allow that you can that sign as they go. To approve the comprehensive sign plan, just to refresh your memory, there are a couple standards that the appearance commission has to review, and the proposed signage modifications need to meet one of these 5 standards. It helped them with economic performance and viability, creative design and placemaking, sustainability and environmental performance, historic preservation, or improving building material quality. So provide one of those 5 standards, has to be met, one or more, in order to approve it. Ultimately, staff recommends approval of this comprehensive sign plan for Dobbs Tire and Auto Center. And the modifications that it would allow are included in detail in your packet. With that, I will turn it over to the applicant, who can just briefly talk about the signage that they're proposing.
Terrific. Thank you. Hello, how are you? Come on up.
Here, come on there.
Perfect. What was your name again? I'm sorry.
Matt. Matt, from Lambert Sign Solutions, which is the we're gonna be a sign installer out here on behalf of Dobbs. So but yeah, no, kind of went over everything we were looking for. Mainly it is the complete auto service on the right-hand side, with that building having 2 separate faces. We weren't putting anything on the right-hand side or anything like that. Again, the complete auto service is it's non-illuminated, so it won't distract anyone. It's mainly just what Dobbs is trying to do is have somewhere on there where it says complete auto service, and their branding, that's a separate sign than the regular Dobbs Tire and Auto. We have about 5 of these. Some of them, majority of them are doing it this way. Some of them have that second light box underneath the original pole sign that we've been putting it at. But they're just really adamant about what they would like to have that auto service up there. And I think without it, it makes the building look a little off, and you can't really sign in the middle of 2 separate faces. So.
I'm sure our commissioners have some questions. Good luck.
All the overhead doors that are very.
Yeah,
I think it draws attention to.
to where people are supposed to be, going, driving up to.
It's good. What for, I don't know if this is just a typo, said both signs are 44 square feet, but the larger one that's taller, my packet says 12.5 feet. By 2.5 feet high, which is only.
The Dobbs, so then, that must be, must be a typo, or, exactly, the other one,
Right, okay, I just wanted to verify that, that just be a typo on it.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I like it. Big cases, just fun. People, did Carex have, does anybody remember this part, did Carex have that type of sign over on that section of the building?
they had a sign on the right-hand side of the building, the second one, yeah.
There's a strip center there, it's with a couple different businesses, but anything on that right side. That is the main.
I was trying to play around with the fonts as but I think really doing it.
Thank you.
What are they done to your pictures?
Basically plastic.
Foam?
No, just plastic. They screw then that's into the back to go directly into the wall.
I think it looks good, it's fine to me, in fact, like the others were saying, to have that lettering over the garage doors is only an enhancement, I think it's almost a necessity to have that, I think it's a good idea. It looks good, so, with that, it sounds like, are there any other questions or any other input from the commissioners? All right, then do I have a motion to approve case 2610, appearance review and comprehensive sign plan for Dobbs Tire and Auto Center at 2034 Ketley Avenue as proposed on the drawings submitted by Dual Light Signs. This approval will include the following modifications to sign requirements in the village zoning ordinance for this property is permitted and regulated by section 44-10-8. One additional non-illuminated wall sign, one permitted by the village zoning ordinance. This approval also places the following additional standards on signage for this building. Changes to the sign plans which do not meet the standard flow will require approval by the appearance commission. Second. All right, roll call, please.
I'm sorry, forgive me.
We're ready for roll.
All right, member Shefty.
Aye.
Member Preston.
Aye.
Member Quirk.
Aye.
Member Clough.
Aye.
Chair Ryan.
Aye. All right, great, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Appreciate it.
much. Welcome.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All right.
Chair Speaker.
I believe I missed the next page.
Could you, what's that?
Looks like on the back, there's more to say.
Oh, we'll be, I think it'll be okay. We'll be, yeah. But both in fact, please,
All right, cool. What else was there?
Could you, who was the, who were the mountains that very.
Linda and Brian.
Thank you.
All right. Let's move on to the next case, which is case 2624. The appearance review for ECM sign at 3043 West 183rd.
All right, I'll provide a brief introduction to this case. It is an appearance review for a ECM sign on one of the two pilot signs currently at the Brunswick Zone property at 3043 183rd Street, which is the location of where the new Bevda's Wine and Spirits is proposed to go. Just to briefly note why you're seeing this case tonight, in our new sign code, ECM boards always come to the appearance and for review. It's just one of the types of signs that we thought were necessary to just take a look at from the appearance standpoint, because they could affect other properties nearby. Forgive me, there may be font issues with this presentation again, like that. All right, so just to give you some context, the building was formerly the Brunswick Zone Bowling Alley and the Big Lots retail space next door. This was redeveloped over the last couple of years. The first tenant in this building that's being remodeled opened in 2025. That Ollie's Bargain Outlet. There's a second tenant that's going in that would be the Bevda Wine and Spirit. There'll be future tenant space as well, but there are two pylon signs on the property. One was taken by Ollie's and has a yellow and black sign that's quite distinctive, and the second one is in blue. It's got kind of a semicircular shape to it. We'll take a closer look at that one. So that tenant is open in 26 here coming up. So this is part of the sign package for that business. Currently, the third occupant would not have to use for that third use. So I think it might speak to that a little bit, but just based on what we're looking at, it would be those two tenants who would be the larger tenants in that space. So here's that in 2018. This is what it looked like. You had a sign was empty on the right there, or the left, which is what we're looking at, which has a blue frame on it. And then the Big Lots was there at the time that had a black sign frame and a black copy in the sign. here it was in 2024. The blue sign that we're looking at tonight is largely unchanged. And then there was no sign copy in the Ollie's. Ollie's had a sign put in. You actually saw it as part of an appearance review package about 2 years ago. And so that is what is there now. Kind of facing this sign that we're looking at tonight. Just some other improvements. There was approved elevations. This was part of that appearance review 2 years ago. And then they also had a wall sign that we are willing to go ahead and approve. Make sure that this ECM sign and the LN sign adjustments are brought to the appearance commission for review tonight. So just kind of giving you some context of what's in this area and what's been approved so far, and then we're going from there. Here's briefly the proposed sign drawing. So you'll have two components. You'll have a pylon sign that would go, or a sign copy that would go in the existing pylon sign up above. It's about 90 square feet. It would have a new sign face that would be a black background with red lettering, which matches Bevda's branding. The current base of that sign is black. Plain black copy. Just replace that and add the Bevda's Wine and Spirits. And then there would be this ECM sign. So it would be a 32 square foot sign, so 8x4, and it would have full LED, read out different messages that would have to be compliant with our local operation standards for ECM signs. And that will replace, there's a very small ECM sign band on that sign. It's about 8 square feet. It's about a foot tall, feet wide. So this will replace that and use the same electrical that is using right now. So that is defunct right now. That's located just underneath the sign copy there. So the pylon sign is legal non-conforming. There are 2 pylon signs on that property. Only one is allowed. So it puts certain restrictions on what they can or can't do. They can replace sign copy so that the sign copy up above and the sign is largely fine to move forward. The ECM sign is a permitted sign type. They can, in that B3 district, they can go up to 75 square feet in the B3 district for an ECM sign. This is significantly smaller than what they would be allowed at this location. Appearance review is required for that. And again, there's restrictions on just the location, operation, things like that. We did make it so that they could potentially replace that ECM sign based on how we have our code written. We could potentially replace that ECM sign if it's approved by the Appearance Commission in that location where the existing one already is. So what can the applicant do with this pylon sign? Just to bring it up to you first. The applicant may replace the copy, maintain or make repairs as determined to be necessary, or modify the sign if the modifications bring the sign into conformance with the sign code or if there are minor damage. The applicant cannot size of the pylon sign, the copy itself. They couldn't say take the top off and replace it with a much bigger area. Change the location, modify the sign, or remove and replace the whole sign structure. So we have to work with what we have here. Entirely and replace it. They couldn't put it back. So there's certain restrictions on what we can do. And then again, we also have minor conditions of ECM signs were made a separate sign type, allowances for where they can put them. So
Why are they allowed to repair it?
if it's greater than 50% of the sign to be required, instead of it being repaired, we would have it fully removed. It's been a part of our code. It's actually part we carried from the old code. It's just that usually at that point, it requires a full removal, replacement of the sign. Generally, we don't allow that to happen. We'll just have them remove the non-conforming structure and they have to build something else that's conforming.
And that is true of all non-conforming
Structures,
structures
yep.
in the community. So if it's your house or anything that's non-conforming.
Correct. Ignore that one. So ultimately, staff recommends the approval of the appearance review for this ECM sign at 3043 183rd Street, subject to the following conditions. One, the outer frame that is currently colored blue needs to be repaired or just maintained and brought up to current code. We're recommending that as part of what's considered repairs, it just be colored black to match the other signposts that are on the other pylon sign that's on the property, which is also black. That's that Ollie's one, just to maintain a level of visual cohesion across the property. Already has to be done anyways, some recladding or repainting to just bring that up to our maintenance standard. And then the sign shall also meet the operating requirements for ECM signs in the village. They're detailed in your packet. I did not list them all here. There's 8 or 9 bullet points. They used to be standard conditions for ECM boards we looked at, but now they're part of our code. So those are detailed there. There's things like image duration. Each image has to be at least 8 seconds long so that it's not distracting motorists. Certain brightness limitations, especially with residential property to the north here. That's going to be very important. And a couple other conditions for operation, turning it off at, I think 11 p.m. is when the shut-off time is, things like that. So you can find them in your packet. They're listed in the motion language. And then just painting the bollards, whatever color the sign frame ends up being, the bollards next to it should also match that same color. So, and that's just an appearance review, just condition that's put in there because we want to see that kind of visual cohesion and conformance of all structures for this project, all kind of matching one another. So those are our main conditions. And with that, I will turn it over to the applicant who's here tonight.
Thank you. Right up.
I will.
Good evening, how are you? Good, how are you? My name is Chad, I'm representing Bivdes and FPS Sites.
Sorry, tell me your name again.
Chad. That's the owner of Silken.
My name is Silken Patel from Bevdes. I'll let him talk about the sign versus more details. I'll answer any questions.
They just wanna go over a few things that Noah went over. Regarding the pole, we already talked about it, we're gonna paint it black to make it look nice and gonna sand it up and paint it black. If he does get another tenant, he is willing to share the space with them. So that's not an issue, so there's not gonna be an add-on of a signage.
We will have a tenant.
Correct, when he has a tenant, correct.
Okay, before you go there,
Sorry,
what does that mean, share? How are you gonna share that? You're
So-
gonna share that, you're talking about the entire 2-sign package there, you're gonna share that?
the message board?
no, so the top part, right,
Yeah,
at the moment is just gonna be Bivdes.
right?
When he does get another tenant, we're gonna actually cut it in half. And put a divider, so they could share it.
Okay, that does need to come to us, on it.
No, not the replacement of signed copies like that, they would not need to come back.
Thank you.
And then one of the change that we talked about much later after we spoke with Nova. Is that instead of doing it black, we're just gonna do it white with red. Because the black and red is very similar colors,
Right.
so it doesn't stand out as much.
You're talking about the sign face.
Correct, the sign face, yeah, so it's gonna be white with red letters.
That makes sense.
That's probably a good improvement.
That'll be a better improvement, yeah, it just looks too dull with the black and red.
It's hard to see.
Yeah, even the orange letters on black.
Exactly.
Big lots where
Yeah.
it could be tough to, the orange elements are tough to see.
Correct,
So,
yeah, so that's why we decided to go white, completely with the red letters, so it just stands out more. So there's more visibility for business. Is there any questions for the for the electric message board?
All right, well, let's go to the commissioners and see if they have any questions. Commissioner Chef?
Is the Bevdes sign an illuminated sign?
The actual building sign?
The one
No,
here,
No. The
the
one here.
Bevdes sign on the pylon,
Yes, it's illuminated.
the one
There's
that's
lights inside
changing
of it
white
currently.
to red, huh?
There's lights inside of it currently.
Okay, thank you. Then I have no other questions.
Oh.
I have no questions, you answer them.
Not that I prefer red and black. But, what are your plans for? I see, I look at the ECM and it looks nice and sedate.
Mhm.
You know, sitting there with just some text on it. And I'm not saying keep that text all the time, because I know that's not the purpose of it. What is your intent to go into that space?
In what, like the text of the
Yeah, you're gonna
material
have
on
cartoons, or you're gonna have,
yeah, more of an like sales projection out there, or a special event, like a tasting event or something is going on.
primarily text though.
Primarily text, yeah. Or it might be an image showing with the product, a product and a text together, but not a flashy video or anything like that. A standstill.
So there'll be nothing that will affect the driving.
Yeah.
So pretty much there's gonna be no videos.
No videos.
It's gonna be probably pictures of the image and then maybe like a price or whatever sale he has. And it'll just wait 8 seconds and then the next one will come up and vice versa. There'll be no video where people have to like constantly look at it and get it distracted.
Yeah, case
So,
of
yeah.
Guinness for $6.99.
Exactly.
That's
And you're dreaming.
And we'll give you a full list of those operational restrictions.
Perfect.
When we give you the sign permit, those will be included as a comment.
Sounds good.
Anything else?
I'm good.
Commissioner Club.
I'd like the size of that, the sign, because it's not overpowering the top. But I put by your store in Lansing on Florence. That thing's bigger than the sign up on top. That says Bevda's Liquors.
You haven't
That's
finished that
overpowering.
completely yet.
And it's, if you Google Earth it, Google Map it, has no message, and today it's got no message. So hopefully.
Yes, we're in progress of fixing that up.
It work, but, I think it'd be good, like,
Yeah, just to keep it proportion, right? Just want the name to be bigger and the sign to be a little smaller.
Right, exactly,
Right.
yeah, and then, and there's, the top there is still plenty of room for future tenants.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
I think it's good.
Thank you. Yes, Commissioner Club.
No, that's it.
All right, yeah, I think it looks great. I'm happy with the way it's going to turn out. I have no further questions. I'm good with it. Any other questions or anything else?
Just one quick one. Are my eyes playing tricks on me, or is that thing, kind of completely rounded? But
It is actually rounded. Yeah.
and
It's a
it's, so
distorted
that's
picture.
like an optical illusion,
actually
or
looks-
delusion, or something like that.
No, it's actually real.
It's
It's,
just-
there is a round on the both sides.
No, but that one's like,
That's kind of a distorted image.
Yeah, distorted, yeah.
If you look at the real,
I-
it's from an angle. I
Very-
think.
very-
This one is actually,
It's just like an oval.
Yeah.
Like a
it
round
definitely
top,
still round
flat.
top to
Yeah.
some extent.
Yeah.
Radius corners,
Exactly.
radius
Exactly.
corners.
What do you say? Let's
okay,
talk math over there.
okay.
Just trying to help you, sir.
Excellent. Sir.
If only I understood what radius was.
Let's put that puppy in bed.
All right. All right, so do I have a motion to approve case 2624, the appearance review for ECM sign at 3043 West 183rd Street, subject to the following conditions? Do I have a motion to approve? Yeah, I'll just read them. Revised drawings to provide black cladding or paint on the pylon structure, sign structure to repair, sign appearance and envision visual coherence with existing pylon sign on the property. Sign shall meet the operating requirements of the village zoning ordinance for ECM signs, including all displays, all images displayed on ECM sideboard, can't speak today, signboard, shall be static. Sign images shall not include any change in intensity or brightness nor divisions between two screens flashing or blinking images. B, the display duration for any single image shall be no less than 8 seconds. C, under no circumstances shall any ECM sign be permitted to include off-premises commercial advertising in any image displayed on the sign. D, exterior signs located at any lot adjacent to the residential uses may be illuminated only during the business hours between 6 a.m. and 11 p.m., whichever is later. The brightness of any ECM sign shall be limited to 3/10 foot candles at any lot line abutting a non-residential use and 0 foot candles at any lot line abutting residential use. F, any new ECM board constructed after the effective date of this section shall include functionality to adjust brightness and color with ambient light levels to ensure appropriate operation. G, in the event of a malfunction, ECM signboard shall be turned to dark screens with no illuminated elements of the sign face until the function is corrected. And 3, paint the bollards adjacent to the pylon sign to match final color of the pylon sign frame. Black is conditioned or any other colors for the transmission.
So moved.
Second.
Second,
Black.
Chad.
Okay. We'll call them.
Member Shefkey,
Aye.
member Preston,
Aye.
member Quirk,
Hi.
member Club, Chair Ryan.
Aye. Thank you very much.
Great, thank you for your time.
Welcome to Homewood.
Can I have a couple of quick questions?
Thank you.
You have a couple
We'll,
of
have that permit signed up.
Sorry, but it's not related to these signs, but the facades of that 3-part building. I know that the west side was started and built in our time. But now you've got yours and they're distinctly different, but it's gonna stay that way, or
plans have changed, when we started with the if you have a place, you do have a flag and the people with it that they, with it out there. I still have to work with all these. So your design is gonna be put on. The front face. Go forward with it. But it's more an outside work, so it won't disturb any of their business. But it does require some pre-planning and permission, getting from the corporate permissions to do all that. But that will be the future part once this is completed. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Does anybody need to take a break? I think I have a break scheduled here, but it's only been, it was good.
We're good.
Carry on.
All right, well, we'll just continue that. Move on to case 26-22, the appearance review for Live Free 999 Foundation at 119 DC County. Live free, not life.
All right, Commission, we'll just briefly introduce this case. It's a appearance review for work being done at 18219 Dixie Highway. It is the former Mama and Me Pizzeria building adjacent to Homewood Brewing Company. We're going to have font problems again. I apologize in advance. This one's not as bad. All right, so this, as I mentioned, the former Mama and Me Pizzeria. It is owned by the owner of Homewood Brewing Company, which is immediately next door. As you know, was opened to great fanfare in late 2024. Is a very large addition to the downtown. The owner is looking to convert this building, the former pizzeria building, into offices that can be used to support the Live Free 999 Foundation, named after and in support of her son, the rapper Juice WRLD. It's a foundation that supports initiatives to help people overcome substance abuse, improve mental health, things like that. I think the applicant can talk a little bit more about the mission of the foundation there, but this would become offices to support the different aspects of that foundation. Just to give you some context of the original building and what most of this appearance review conversation will probably focus on. There's a large village mural on the side of this building. It is painted by Tom Melvin.
Yeah,
right?
it's a Richard Cox mural, but
Yep. It's and so it's
part of our collection.
Correct.
We have 11 of them in town, so.
right. Yep. So that is something the village has an agreement with the property owner. It runs with the property. Any work that's done to remove this mural needs to be relocated. It's relocated at the owner's expense. And it's something that will have a full process with the Appearance Commission to work through as well. But that's going to be a part of this because the proposal is ultimately to remove this mural and fully remodel the exterior of the building with artwork and branding that kind of matches the foundation's branding. So very quickly, just wanted to introduce you to the work that's being done itself. This is the interior floor plan. I know we generally don't look at the interior of the building, but I do want to draw your attention to it. Obviously had a lot of kitchen space, was kind of more of a walk-in, walk-out kind of pizza place. And this is being transformed now into a kind of full office setting. You have a couple conference rooms. You'll have a small forward-facing kind of merch store lounge area on the northwestern corner of the building there on the top right or top left of which you're looking at on your screen. You will have some meeting space. You'll have kind of a kitchenette office area in the rear, and again, some other office related spaces to just support the foundation, such as storage, things like that. So just wanted to introduce you to what's going on inside the building. And then outside of the building, I'll try to remove these for you. Outside of the building, you're going to see the color scheme that's largely gray and purple. This is a color scheme that was employed a lot by Juice WRLD, the owner's son, and then is also part of the branding of the Live Free 999 Foundation as well. Purple awnings and building details will be kind of interspersed across the building. You'll have some painted elements in the front. They're kind of butterflies or flowers or other art that'll just be kind of detail work that's done underneath the awning on the side facing Dixie. And then there's kind of the crown or the most significant feature of the building, which is a painted wall sign that would be for the foundation there. It'll include some language of the business. It'll have a quote from the owner's son, and then some other iconography that kind of fits the branding of the foundation as well. So meets our sign code, but is would be kind of replacing where that mural is right now, where that painted wall sign is proposed, almost a 1-to-1 change from where that mural is located right now.
Okay, can we step through?
Yes.
Can you say a few more words about that?
Sure.
Does that mean the mural will be moved?
The mural, the agreement with every individual property owner, for the murals that are on private property requires that they get permission from the village board and that they pay for removal of it, or I guess it's up to the village board if they want to replace it, but yes, it will be.
And the new owner pays for it?
That means the village would have, or no, the new owner, the owner of this building is required to pay for that.
It won't really be moved, it will be removed.
Recreated.
And recreated somewhere else.
Yeah.
Correct.
And do we have any idea where that somewhere else might be?
Well, we're looking at any blank wall right now, and we're going to start reaching out to property owners.
So it's conceivable that won't be replaced or repainted.
It will, as of now, we are intending that it be replaced.
Correct.
But it's conceivable it would not be. Right?
I don't know.
I mean, if you can't find a place to do it,
If you can't find a place to do it, yeah, I guess so, but
okay, thank you.
our intention right now is to relocate it.
Thank
Right.
you.
Excellent. I wanted to just provide a little bit more detail of that work that's being done then on that wall. Again, this is a conceptual design, but it gives you an idea of what would go in that, the location there, where that mural is right now. So you've got some lightning, some butterflies, different images that are kind of interwoven through a lot of the foundation's publications, works, and branding. It'll be a pretty notable replacement. It'll still have a real artistic quality to it.
Noah, will it look like that or will it be similar to that? Very similar.
I think that it's similar. Yeah. They still have to, they'll submit. They go for sign permits. We'll probably see a final version of this as well. That'll
Hey, Noah, you said
Right.
probably see the final.
we will see a final version of this when sign permits come through, but it may not necessarily come to the appearance commission.
Okay. Thank you.
Just some interior renderings, more just to give you context of the work that's being done at this building. Ceiling being opened up, really creating kind of open space in that building. And then ultimately, staff is recommending approval of the appearance review for the Live Free 999 Foundation at 18219 Dixie, subject to 2 conditions. One is maintaining sconce lighting on the south side of that building. Right now, over that mural, all along that wall, there is sconce lighting. That is the only illumination in that drive aisle to the south. We said the back 40 feet as a minimum. There's 4 sconce lights that are in that rear 40 feet back by where the mural is right now. We deem that to be appropriate to keep there to ensure safe lighting around the full building exterior to meet the current standards in our appearance plan. I believe the applicant has recommended keeping all of the sconce lights along the south facade of the building, just because the electrical is already there. But we would require as a minimum that those 4 in the rear be maintained to just make sure that the area of the building that isn't touched by street lighting adjacent to the building still has lighting back there. So, and then the other condition is just that they receive village board approval for that removal and subsequent relocation of the mural. Commissioner Shefke is correct that would be recreation of the mural. In another location that needs to be done prior to issuing building permits and commencing work on this on the south side of the building. With that, I will turn it over to Mike Mathis, who's the architect of Linden Group, who will be speaking a little bit on this project this evening.
Welcome, Mike. Haven't seen you in a while.
Everybody.
Mike used to be on this.
Providing a little background on Live Free for everybody.
Again,
If you want to read more about
way back
their
there.
mission,
Awesome.
Pretty simple, really, we're looking at painting the entire building. And we're gonna be doing, maintenance on coping and the heat list that's kind of has damaged areas. We're gonna be putting a new roof on the building as well. If you've been around the rear of the building, the gutter and coping line is kind of all deteriorated and rotted, so it's kind of put back together and replaced. As far as the awnings go, they're gonna be replaced with a purple awning, which is Concord purple shown on this. And you can pass that around. That's sort of with the brand of Live Free. The building's being painted a dark gray, which is gonna match the gray that's on the sidewall of the brewery. So kind of pull the two buildings together in a common brand a little bit.
Can I stop? I'm sorry, but. Where, is this going to a specific place here?
No, so I put that there as a reference because it's currently the plan for the mural is to be influenced off that mural, which is on the roof deck of the brewery. So we're looking at possibly the same artist. It's a street art kind of concept. And the images that are shown on the elevation are props of that mural on the rooftop patio of the brewery. So,
Okay, so
we're looking for that artist and create a new unique piece that speaks to the sort of the branding. And as Noah mentioned, the symbols that are shown there, the butterflies and elements are things that are in the branding of Live Free if you look through the website.
okay, so I'll just say that's at Picasso and those earlier ones you told me are kind of like Matisse. So, you have a really distinct difference between the visuals that you're presenting to us, and they're not going to be on the same, front, the same facade, right?
So the images that are shown on the building are cropped from that mural. And they're all, it's just representing the artist. So as a demonstration of what it could look like in style, we cropped pieces of that mural and put it on the building. So we haven't developed any unique original art yet, but that artist will be commissioned to design and paint the accents on it.
And that's gonna come to the Parents Commission at some point in the future, correct?
So that's, so that depends. Generally, so right now, how we do public art reviews is if it's a mural, so there's mural and painted wall signs. So the painted, if it's got commercial branding in it, if it's including Live Free 999, it's got, different branding elements in it. We generally treat that as a painted sign, which at the size that's been proposed is still fine by our code. That's, I believe, discretionary staff if that goes to appearance review or not. Murals would follow our public art procedure, which we determined with our new sign code. That would come to the appearance commission for review. We have a few standards that are included that mostly deal with location and the suitability of it for the locations they put in. And then that get approved by the building board then. I guess those are the two processes that we have that are slightly different from one another. So,
but that's what he showed us, that's not a mural, right? I mean, that's, according to the way I'm looking at what you've written up for us on page 29, right in the middle, it says these artistic additions are in the middle, which says kind of, what you just said. Because you're saying, so what that says is all that method activities. But we have been surprised by other people who have put artistic elements on their buildings that we never saw that are distinctly different from the character of the building. And I'm just saying, that one, the gentleman's face, right, that's sure. Yeah. Not to say there's anything wrong with that, but it is distinctly different. And this statement right here says, these artistic additions, I mean, you don't get anything.
Well, no one even said that it's at the discretion
so
of the village.
Is that going on there?
So yeah, just for clarity, but I mean, still valid for discussion, but the representation of the Jared mural, which is on the rooftop at the brewery, there's no intent of putting a figurative image of Jared on this facade. It's gonna be more symbolism, but that picture doesn't have, or you probably should have pushed it over to the right, because that's where the butterfly symbols are. You can see one up on the right. But it's this artist that we're currently discussing being the person who develops the artwork for these, but that, I don't think that's, I'm just clarifying. There isn't gonna go on the building, but still your comment about whether you could see it, we'd be happy to bring that. We are, that's whatever, and if
Let me be very clear. I'm not saying do not put Jared on the building. I'm not saying that. And I am saying this is a very broad statement, you know, these artistic elements of it. That's a very broad statement that
Well, and
So it would be a lot either way, whether it's a painted wall sign or a mural, it would be I guess a permitted use or a type of something, a great improvement they could do.
well, we have some authority over it, right?
You do, and so as a painted wall sign, it wouldn't necessarily have to come back. We classified as what we saw, because it includes the name of the business and some other elements in it. We classified it as a painted wall sign. If it were a mural, and if we're going back, if it were a painted wall sign, we would have the discretion of whether it comes to the appearance commission or not. We can condition that it comes back to the appearance commissions. If it's a mural, it would go through our public art review process, which involves the appearance commission as well. The appearance commission provides recommendation for. So I guess those are the processes that are there. Just as it was presented, we would be permitted. It would be permitted to be put on the building.
so I don't know, are they gonna have like, this is going to be similar, you said, but they're not gonna like draw something up, are they, before they put it on there? Exact, how it's gonna look, or,
I'm pretty sure there was a mock-up of, I mean, this artist I think some of that was done. Because there's several murals that were in this particular, is more of a freeze style.
right, next, that's,
Graffiti type
Right.
artist. We dealt with that before.
yeah. On that ad,
So,
Yeah. And
what are you could make it a condition? That
And you can receive, with what a lot of public art reviews will look like is usually a review, the artist will present a concept, you will not see the exact final painting on the building, just because that's often done freestyle, that's often done with a level of artistic kind of on the site creativity. But you would receive a concept of what that would look like and
Correct.
look at that.
correct me if I'm wrong though, but this is what we're doing tonight, we're reviewing this concept, right?
Yeah, I mean.
This is the
that-
concept
We
here,
would like, I think that's
That won't be
appropriate, that if the concept stays consistent with what it's here, I
then
guess.
tonight's the night to review it,
If we could get feedback tonight, and if it changes, if staff feels like it changes to the point where it requires re-review, then. But we would like it reviewed based on what you see today.
If we like that, as a commission, we could make it a condition that it stay generally the same. It sits within a realm of what we're seeing.
right, this would be the concept tonight that we're
And
looking at,
since, yeah, since it's a more of a freestyle, we understand there's going to be,
right,
you know, freestyle.
not exactly, but.
Right, yeah, but condition would be that it stays similar to what's presented.
Sure. Yep.
Do that.
Yeah, we wouldn't come back with something else. If this,
just to put this in perspective for you a little bit. We approved the building over on Halsted. There was pretty little bit. But also, you know, vanilla and its overall. And we approved it, and then like quickly thereafter, they said, oh, some of our people came and they used some of their own drawing. And it changed the entire character. It made it look much less, what we call, attractive or representative village. And, we didn't think, we felt like we were surprised, on purpose. Is that the word you use, surprised?
That's in the realm of one of the words I've used, yes. It wasn't pleasantly surprised, like, wow, that's better than we thought it was going to be, type surprise.
So we're trying to.
understand. We have discussion.
Why don't we let you finish what you're doing, then we'll continue.
I think that's, I think I covered everything, the audience, we're gonna paint the building, we're going to do maintenance. And there's two signs just that are gonna basically replace where the signs were before. We are still looking at what the final style that signs are gonna be, but we're not looking to. It's not a place that, it's more of an office space, we don't have a lot of, we're not drawing visitors into it. So what we do wanna have the brand represented, so we're thinking maybe a backlit, like the Live Free is black and its branding, and then we might do it, the lights from behind the letters, so that like a halo light, halo lit sign, which you've probably seen in town. So you're not gonna see a brightly illuminated base sign, you're gonna see the letters that have light coming from behind them, like the wall.
All right, why don't we continue with Commissioner Burke? Is there anything else? Starting with you, is there anything else you'd like to?
You say a word about parking? I know that's not the real topic of this today. You guys were planning for parking because that, you know, the first one kind of fills up the parking space that's back there. So.
They have their separate parking lot behind them, separate from Homewood Road.
Thank you.
Since I think it's all by the owners of the sure we would not park. Yes. Don't see.
Thank you.
All right, Commissioner Preston.
I mean, it's really hard to say yes or no to the design because, I mean, you showed us the concept. And as an artist, and myself even being an artist, it's definitely gonna be a little bit of freestyle change. I don't have a problem with it, but again, just looking at this right here, this looks like just a basic sketch. I'm pretty sure it's gonna change and honestly probably look better. Just based off of that style I've seen in person. Just the way that this is positioned right here on the building. And it doesn't look complete, so I think it's gonna be a little bit forward. So, I don't know if we're approving anything today. So it's really one of those situations where I'm an artist, so I'm gonna like it anyway. So I do agree about the homestead design, but this right here, I think it's gonna look nice and it's just gonna be different and.
Well, one of the things, yeah, but we've sort of tried to limit the extent of the canvas so that it wasn't overpowering, and I think maybe Halsted canvas it overtook the architecture, right? Where we're just looking on the front facade of Dixie from the wainscot up on those columns and only the columns. That's what we're showing you tonight, that's the plan. So if that changes, we would have to come back, I would say. And then as far as the more extended size is towards the back along the alley. So I think that's an opportunity for a surprise, for even the Halsted mural in that spot maybe would be interesting because it's back in the alleyway, where maybe not that one, but I think it's an opportunity for something fun like that's shown on there to be successful and not be a, from an appearance standpoint, a big impact on the field.
I borrow a keyboard, I can put these back up on the big screen too. Anything else?
I think it's, I mean, like, I love what they're trying to do or incorporate on the front, just based off of the design, based off of the organization is portraying. I went on the website, so I do like the front side of it. Again, I'm actually looking forward to seeing what the back side looks like. It'll be different. Again, this is one of those situations you come back and show us a better concept, or do you just for it?
Simple. Relatively simple. That's there. That's.
Well, if they painted it and it's completely different.
If it's completely different, then. Commissioner Shepke.
The live free on the west elevation, the south elevation,
Yeah.
are they illuminated? What are they?
So the current plan is to have like a channel lit where it's illuminated from the back behind, so it's.
Silhouette light.
It's like a halo.
So silhouette.
Yeah, silhouette, right.
Um. I would prefer that this was brought back in the future. Because one. I don't know what these are going to be. I know what they might be. I know they're gonna be painted. I don't know what they're going to be painting on the front of the building. I don't know what Mr. Quirk was saying. I don't know what this is actually going to be. I would like to meet a little more definition on what they're going to do. And you know, and I know, and we all know that a space like that is not going to be free form. He's going to have some sort of sketches and some sort of ideas on what he's going to do. Certainly if he's going to incorporate the butterflies and things like that. I would like to see this brought back with additional information. That's to say nothing about additional information about the relocation of the existing mural.
That's going to be in the future. That will come for us,
Will it?
right? Yes. Yes.
Okay. The relocation and replicating it?
Yes, that is.
I thought that was one of the conditions of this being accepted.
No.
Well, it's one of the things that they have to agree to. They've got to agree, they have to agree to work with the village. It's up to the village where it goes and,
But
the other.
that is, and where's that? Where is that? In here? Does it say, does it
But
say?
we don't have a location.
No, I understand that, but does it say there somewhere in here that that's one of the agreements that they're making?
They have actually an intergovernmental agreement that, every building owner with the mural has on it that is a legally binding document that says that they cannot remove it without village permission and paying the village.
His client has that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Then scratch the last part of it. But my initial part that I was objecting and would like more detail, more information before I would approve this.
So that's a condition I would add to this, correct?
Which
It's already a condition that's written, to bring it back to.
To bring it back to us, yeah.
The replacement and following the village procedure for that to basically have to work with the village board to. On the process of terminating that agreement and having that mural relocated, that's a conditional, but yes. To have it come back regardless of its final form, you could condition that.
That would be like
Well, plus the first part of what I said too.
was.
Thanks for listening to me, Mr. Chairman. Yes, dear, I heard you.
Want to see it?
I'd like to have this. Mike's presentation, his presentation brought back with additional details on the murals and the paintings that are going on this building. Before I would say, yes, this would be something we would like to have accepted.
That's something that you and Carmelo will be comfortable with doing through, whether it's through a mural review process, whatever process brings it back, or you're comfortable with that?
Yes.
One question for today, the signs, the backlit signs that you were talking about, the live free signs, we had one on the west and one on the south. So.
They really aren't backlit signs, they're letters with lighting in them that illuminates.
Lighting in them?
Yeah, you've seen that before, it's nothing unusual. Correct?
Yeah, right, because a backlit is suggesting acrylic face that's backlit that gets illuminated. This is a solid letter that has light inside it. The light spills out around on the face of the wall. It doesn't project.
Like a silhouette.
Halo or silhouette light type light. Yeah.
Okay, so,
Not as used to.
I just-
I think Maple Tree isn't.
I was just rereading what they're
Oh,
allowed, yeah.
the brewery, is halo lit, the symbol on the front.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, it'd be very similar. to
Yeah.
that.
The halo actually is like the opposite of casting a shadow. It's casting shadow with light, right?
Yeah.
Commissioner Quirk, was there anything else? Sounds like.
Yeah, I was just rereading the description.
Thank you.
We sort of identified 3 signs for the outside. And I think I'm gonna count 2. Am I just counting badly or?
So the 2 wall signs, one on each facade there, and then the painted wall, we're treating currently based on what was presented, that mural there is being counted as a painted wall sign, to be the 3rd sign.
And that's because it says,
Yeah, we have left 3 on there. Yep.
It's just our legal definition for sign versus not sign.
Okay, so, so I just had to go back to that. That thing seems to be, that little chunk of space seems to be categorized in 2 different.
Okay,
ways.
what chunk of space?
That chunk of space.
this wall.
Yeah, is it a wall sign or is it additional?
It's considered a sign because it has the Live Free logo, the business name in it.
It's a walls.
Now, if it didn't, it would be a mural or public art installation.
So this is not additional artistic items in this.
No, this is a sign. And based on that.
Right, Commissioner Club.
I don't have any questions of it. I mean, I can see that the butterflies in the free form in it, and it's not, I don't think it would be, it would deviate much from what's proposed here. Yeah, it's gonna be, the artist is gonna be a little bit more creative, but to have it all completely, the artist isn't gonna have the butterflies upside down.
No.
So, it's a
I didn't mean to
concept.
suggest that. I
Right,
didn't mean to suggest that.
right. Oh, no.
No, I didn't suggest that he's gonna be making some bizarre art. But I would like to see something more than what we're looking at.
Sure, I
Something more
understand. This is kind of a concept of it right here. That's
Right.
what I'm saying, but yeah,
Yes, it is.
definitely we'd like
Yeah.
to see it, with the finish.
Prior to it being added.
Right.
And we may come back with exactly what you see.
Okay.
There's a good chance of that. But that's okay. I live in town. It's a nice early meeting, so as long as Noah puts me first on the agenda. And I'm not late like I was today.
If this stays the same, would you still want to see it again?
Yes,
Even if it's exactly the same?
yes. It could be just like that. Cause who's gonna say staying the same?
All right, anything else, Commissioner Bob?
No.
All right, I have a few things. The color that being that dark, I understand it matches the brewery. I just don't particularly care for it that dark. But I do recognize that those are the colors of the brewery, but also colors, his colors were purple and dark gray, right? So I respect that, so that's fine. Keeping the sconce lighting along the sides is something you're gonna continue doing, right?
Yeah, so like Noah mentioned, where the mural is, I think we'll probably change the goosenecks out to not the same gooseneck style. We'll probably have a post in just a 90-degree shooting back, but it'll provide light for the alley. We'll see what the lighting levels are they want to get on the alleyway there and make sure we cover that. Just the style of them will change. And then the other ones were for the other ones in place were for the old signage. And if we end up going with the halo lit sign like I'm talking about, we probably would remove those because that sign would have the light within it, shooting from the back of it, and we wouldn't want to light the face of it. But if we don't do that, we would probably use those lights to illuminate a sign. So the sign it's either going to be halo lit or it's going to be lit from those existing goose.
And that's what, 7 of them there?
Yeah.
It's a good one.
There's 5 across, 2-story part, 4 on the lower.
The back there, but then I don't know.
Cause that alley needs to stay lit.
There's 5 on the 2-story section on the south side.
Yeah, the two-story section, right.
Um,
Agreed.
That's not involved.
Good, that's good. Glad they're there. Another thing I read in here, it said that, and I'm sure it's just a technically, the new awning will project further over the sidewalk and have a flat top. If it has a flat top, there's gonna be rain and snow collecting on that. Is it gonna be angled slightly, or is it flat top, just a typo, or? I'm picturing awning with a flat top, that's,
No, the awning's not gonna change in its dimensions.
no, but it's not gonna have a flat.
No, it's gonna be angled.
Angle time, okay, good. See. One other thing, it said there's no landscape or anything else. I'd like to add as a condition of our approval that they include some pots or some planters. I think that's extremely important for any business to draw their eye to the business among the other things that are there, that they have a planter, pots, something like we do throughout the village. And so I'd like to add that as a condition of our approval. That's okay with the rest of the board. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna add that as a condition of the approval.
Do you want to say where? mean,
Well, generally in the front, I would say in the front.
Generally in the front, but not in the back.
You can't really put on the sides or,
No, absolutely correct.
yeah,
But-
no, in the back.
Okay, just in the front, yeah.
Yeah, other than that, I think it looks great. I don't have any, I personally don't have any real concerns with the way that the drawings are going to be. But it seems like the rest of the commission is wanting to see this again before the drawings are put up, so I understand that. So we'll make that a condition too. So that's all I have. Is there anything else that any other commissioners want to add before we take this to a vote and have to figure out how to reach this?
Well, I'd like to make a motion that our action is deferred until we get additional information.
I would second that.
What additional information?
What information are you requesting?
I've been sitting here telling you that I would like to see more detail on the graphics.
Yeah, that,
See, if we make this a condition, let's
Yes.
vote yes, and it's a condition, they have to bring it back and we'll see one practice. Everything else would be approved. That with the condition that would be added here was we would need to, as a condition of approval, we would need to see the drawings of what, what the drawings are going to look like before they are placed on there for our approval. So they would have to come back anyway for that.
Read what you have down, please.
They have it read. More details in the drawings to be placed on the building will be brought to the commission.
What drawings of the art?
Just to clarify, all that condition is doing is saying that regardless of what process we take that through, whether it's through a sign permitting process as a painted wall sign or as a mural, we will just make sure that it comes back to the commission in either of those forms. And so.
You're saying that's what what he's doing,
That's
he wrote.
that's what the condition will effectively do.
as he's written it.
Correct, and if you approve this tonight, that doesn't necessarily, you can still condition that and they can still bring that back through one of those panels.
They have to.
They have to, and they have to if it's conditioned that way, but I'm just saying you can approve the rest of the improvements tonight and all the conditions that we've talked about, other than that paint that's being done on the side. And they still will be required to bring it back.
Okay.
They have to bring it back.
Is it cleaner if,
Do
is
we
it
need-
cleaner if we just strike the murals and we just come back? Cause one, I know we had to get approval tonight to move forward with permits and all that, so. The mural is a process and it's a good chance we finish the building before that art gets finalized, and that's sort of what happened at the brewery, so.
that's.
It's not that important necessarily that the mural even be part of the approval. We can just require us to come back.
So I
for
could
the
just put
mural.
under that the condition would be that the murals.
Either way,
That the drawings be brought back before the commission for us to approve prior to being placed on the building, something simple like that.
Sure. Yep, I would not date limit it, let the applicant or let the owner of the building kind of determine how they want to proceed with that, so.
For both elevations.
For front and.
All
rear boat.
drawings. All covers it, right? Okay, I'll go with that, thank you. Brian? You good then?
Yes.
Okay, just so I'm clear, the front though elevation doesn't have our logo on. So is that a sign?
It has a sign in the front, middle.
Says live free.
There's a sign in the middle, there's four.
Very high.
Underneath each awning there, those are just painted.
second level, up.
Above all the
West
windows.
elevation.
No, the images are not signs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so. Cause it kind of, you know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is. The condition is for the art on the side because it has a logo, because it's considered a sign. Are the paintings on the front considered signs, even though it doesn't have a logo?
Yeah.
So that means we don't have to technically have that one brought back.
Not technically, we don't.
Technically, but we could just group all of these artistic elements in with the, just whenever you bring it back, just have both elevations prepared to go, so.
Makes it easy.
All right. I got it, I think. Okay, do I have a motion? Do I have a motion to approve case 26-22, the appearance review for Live Free 999 Foundation at 18219 Dixie Highway, as proposed on the drawings submitted by the Linden Group Architects, subject to the following conditions. 1, to maintain the existing sconce lighting on the south facade located in the rear 40 feet of the building to ensure sufficient alley lighting and nighttime lighting of the proposed painting wall sign. Revised drawings to include lighting prior to the issuance of building permits. 2, receive village board approval for the removal and relocation for the mural on the south facade of the building prior to issuance of the building permits. 3, more details on all of the drawings and artwork that will be placed on the building will be brought back to the Appearance Commission for approval. And 4, there will be an addition of planters or pots for landscaping in front of the building. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second. No, roll call please.
Member Sheffield,
Aye.
member Preston,
Aye.
member Quirk.
Aye.
Member Cluck,
Aye.
Chair Whitehead.
Aye. All right, Mike, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We are delighted to have her as a tenant, as a neighbor, a neighbor of ours. So great resume.
Appreciate it. We'll be in touch in it.
At this point, I'm gonna call a 5-minute recess because I need one.
All right.
I'll be right back.
Who seconded that? Was that Dick?
I did.
Of course.
What's the most? A lot of those, those in bad, some of those, speaking of some.
Don't you believe that?
So this Friday is just remember couples.
Ever got so well.
Oh,
What's that? What's that?
let me whisper in your ear.
Uh-oh. We are still on mic, just on the Zoom call, so.
We can turn we're on a break, we just turn.
I know, don't say anything, not for you to say anything.
I know. I should get the rest of the dog around.
Should it have anything to do with what I do here? Yeah, I'll say, no, don't, I was, it was inappropriate. So,
That's okay. Just as a heads up, we are under a tornado watch, as a few minutes ago, so, yeah, we gotta.
Watch?
The tornado watch, so just, that was, timing your own time. So, just making sure.
I have to go into the day.
Yes, that is our protocol, is
The
we
other-
will lead you to
the
the
other
base,
day, I was
like, we're
really
usually
short.
those process. So,
It'll be
I
some
was-
of the base, that's not that
I
fancy.
don't know if you're, but I broke my back.
I mean, there's a TV down there, but it's still not that fancy.
You're,
I'm way better now than I was.
So.
Yeah, but I'm still being very.
I did, but I included.
And you know, I think you do all those, but my doctor had all of a sudden.
I saw the one.
You fallen in the last
Yeah,
6
like
months?
super cool. It's so big, what's happening. So I'll note that you were very responsive to our safe place. That's
You're black out. It was pretty terrible. But then I got,
Wow.
Check radar.
they put some cement in it.
Something came through like 2 o'clock.
No, it was pretty straightforward. And, they went almost.
Okay, it is.
Yeah.
Jack,
Yeah.
I
Pain before that.
mentioned we are under a tornado watch, so.
We are under a tornado watch.
I don't think it's going to
Yes.
hit soon, but
I think
in the event that it does,
Watch.
we'll lead you all down to
Just
the basement.
Oh.
Staff program.
By the way.
It's 70 miles to our southwest, so
Yeah.
if we do this quickly, we could be out here.
Yeah, it's an ugly radar.
After the cell phone actual Wi-Fi for 100. That's a big.
You guys are fine, you're surrounded by 2 weather nerds here, move around.
Yeah.
Well, if there is a warning, we will have to. Well, there better not be, because I saw my grandson hot or, I don't know who's that.
And then it was funny, get stuck here, right?
Nope.
Let's go.
In the basement, waiting on a tornado warning.
Okay.
If necessary, I have a prime, so we should log it in. There.
Calling the meeting back to order at
Turn the mic, turn the mic on.
lights back on.
Mics.
Mics. I didn't put my hair in yet, I'm sorry.
I don't think we do.
You did not.
All right.
And lips.
Okay, our next and final is case 2620. Appearance review for commercial expansion at 18114 Gottschalk Avenue. No.
All right. Final item of the night, we are looking at a significant addition to the Signature Smiles dental office located at 18114 Gottschalk Avenue. It's a building that has been there for a long time and is getting an expansion. Actually, there we go. All right, so right now it's a 2,300 square foot building. It is primarily built out of brick and precast stone. The owner has proposed a 1,300 square foot addition to the building, trying to match a similar style of the building, just bringing it into that area that you see in grass there. So that wall that you see with the blue awning there, that northern wall will come down and we'll get an expanded area to create 5 new procedure rooms, some additional office space, and a larger waiting room. I know this is kind of shifted over to the right, but just to illustrate the site plan here. So you're looking at Hickory Road on the bottom of the plan, and then that alley behind the post office on the top side of the plan, on the north side of the plan. And then you'll see the parking will remain off of the alley. You'll have that addition there. There'll be a new employee and service entrance off of the parking area there. And then you will also have then the entrance will remain there. But will now be kind of incorporated into the middle of the building rather than being on the corner, on the northeast corner there.
So the frontage of the building is basically turning.
To some extent, yes. Right now it just kind of faces off of that corner, is that frontage.
Right.
Now it's a little bit more elongated along that side of the building there. Yep. So you'll see that in the reflected in the elevations.
Thank you.
We did receive a landscape plan just before the meeting here, so I just put it in there. I know it's a little dim to see on the screen. I can provide you copies of it, and the Planning and Zoning Commission will receive copies of it next week when it goes forward for site plan review approval. But it basically is incorporating a similar landscape palette to what is there right now, which is bushes along the foundation of the building, which is required by our zoning ordinance, and then having an ornamental tree very similar to the one you see planted there right now on the northwest corner of the building, now just shifted onto that northeast corner of the building. I believe there's a laser pointer in here that would definitely be beneficial. See, there we go. There we go. So the bushes and shrubs along the north and east sides of that addition there, as is required by code, and then have an ornamental tree on the corner there then. Pardon the Carla. Here's the floor plan, just to give you some context. It will be procedure rooms along the west side of the building here, a larger waiting area. Right now, that waiting area is mostly just right here, right on that north side of the building, and then some additional offices here. So how that ultimately is reflected on the elevations is, so this is the east elevation, this is facing Gottschalk. It will have a large picture window here, a sign, and then a window off of one of the offices. This is the north side, this is facing the post office. It'll have 2 windows for just for some information. These windows right here match the size and type of window as what already exists on the building right here on the east elevation, and also on the west elevation. But you'll have 2 additional windows and then a new entrance with precast stone that matches the existing entrance. That's right here. And then here is the west side. This is facing the other dental office that's located in a former house that's right next door. You'll see there'll be some transom windows that are installed here that are for some privacy of those procedure rooms will still allow. So just to give some architectural information, this will largely match the same brick that's currently what the rest of the building is currently constructed from. They're looking to match a color, same kind of cream color. They would look to restain the brick on the existing building to match whatever goes on to the new addition, but it's meant to be very similar to what is already on the building, right? As previously mentioned, is cream with a kind of white gray stone accents. Again, meant to just really reflect what's already there. The parapet wall, the cornice, the stone cornice that's on that building, everything will be carried over onto the new structure as well. However, the applicant has requested some feedback from the commission. The applicant who's here tonight provided just a rendering. This was done with AI, but it's meant to give a helpful starting point for thinking about some alternative designs if the appearance commission wanted to recommend going in that direction. This is a white brick, so it's stained or painted more of a white color, and those stone accents would then be painted black or something similar. And then having a little bit more of a modern kind of finish to the building. So this is AI, again, it's not exactly one-to-one what you see out there, but it's just to give you a starting point to think about what an alternative would look like. They'd also like some feedback on signage. Here's that halo signage, like was being mentioned on the Liberty 999 building. You can see the halo solid letters with backlighting coming out behind it. That could be an alternative style of signage that if you thought was appropriate for that location, rather than just the rectangular non-illuminated signs that are there on that building already, would be carried over onto the new building. Whichever, they're looking for feedback on what the commission would like to see there. Okay. As mentioned, if you have also feedback on landscaping design or any other design features on the building, the applicant has expressed that they're very open to feedback on the building design. That is something that you do recommend changes. We would condition those changes then into the final condition language of the approval. So ultimately, staff recommends approval of case 2620. This appearance review for Signature Smiles, subject to the following conditions. Just providing a plant palette. We did get the landscape plan, so number 2 is largely can be struck from the conditions. But number 1, the plant palette, we'd still like to see a formal plant list that conforms with our village native plant list. So that just is included on that revised landscape plan. We made a condition just to modify the existing lighting fixtures on the existing entry to match the proposed LED lighting on the new section. To kind of give reference on what that's speaking to, there are LED fixtures that are more modern, kind of rectangular and at eye level that are proposed right here on that new entrance on the north side of the building, so facing the post office. And the current building has just a single, I think it's basically a light bulb in a metal cage right above the wall here. So anything that can be done on that stone to integrate those more modern LED fixtures for security lighting We've just recommended that just to kind of have continuity of lighting across the whole building, both on the existing building and the new building. That's just to, again, meet the condition or the standards that we have for lighting in our appearance plan. Add an additional security lighting fixture on the northwest corner of the building on the west facade. This just comes from a policing concern on this facade of the building, which is in between the building to the west, which is again just another dental office right there. There is one security fixture that's right here on that corner. There isn't anything that's proposed on the plan, so just making sure that there's additional security lighting so that that whole corridor, there's about 5 feet there from the property line to the building, is just it has adequate lighting for security purposes. And then finally, we require in our design standards and our zoning ordinance, we generally require transparency requirements, so a certain amount of window and door space. The Director of Economic and Community Development can waive that if it's believed that they've done all that they can based on the needs of the use to meet those transparency requirements. We feel that with the large picture window and the additional windows that they have done that, and recommend waiving that requirement, which can be done by the Appearance Commission. So with that, I turn it over to the applicant who's here tonight, Massimo Fazio.
Hello, come on up.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, my name is Massimo Fazio.
Yes.
No mural, huh?
No.
Good.
Did a great job explaining everything here, so if you have questions, I can answer right now.
All right, we'll start with Commissioner Clark. Do you have anything to add to this?
No, it all looks nice. I actually like the village's suggestion on going with the white, painting the white and doing the black accents. I've been walking past that building since I was 10 years old, so it's dated, you know. I mean, just the old brick and stuff, and it's, you know, being a dental office, I think it has a nice clean, sharp look to it. It's right there on the corner. I like the village's suggested signage on that facing the park there. That looks a little better to me than a little more creative. It's almost like a signature, you know, instead of a boxed thing.
Right.
So that's pretty much all I have to say.
So can we flip back to the white building? That one.
Yeah.
Yeah, any signage on the north side of the building? Or you're proposing one sign, that one sign?
So this is just this is the only elevation of this alternative we received. Just to reference, there were 2 signs on the current on the elevations that we formally received. They would be non-illuminated, I believe. They're just what's out there right now,
Correct.
which is a rectangular metal panel with the logo printed on it.
I mean, if we can do a lighted sign or illuminated, I'm sure Dr. Sherwood would love to have that option.
Okay, can we stay there for a second?
The alley sign, that's what we talk about, the back of the alley, that's the north. correct?
No, that's, I was talking about the, yeah, the alley, that's
right. So there would be 2, so here's a sign right here. That would be facing Gottschalk. Then there's a second sign on the elevation too, that would be facing the post office and the alley in the rear. So those are 2 signs. They look very similar to signs that are on the building right now, which are, you can kind of see one right there. It's not illuminated, it's against a white aluminum panel that's got the logo printed on it.
Not a very pretty sign, it's there now.
okay, can we again go back to the white building?
Yep. And this is
Thank
the
you.
alternative part.
So, I noticed there's an adjustment to the sidewalk here. And,
Yeah.
in your old, in your current design, there's also an adjustment like this. Is this gonna stay there? I think this is really wise to
Yeah.
have that hunk of sidewalk going from the street to the, you know, to like your front door.
No, I believe there is a sidewalk there.
Yes,
Yes.
it's gonna stay, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
And my comment on the overall. We go back to the white side again, the white, for sure. To me, I like that, almost alabaster white castle look of the old stuff, you know, the old. Color and finish, I guess. But when you start making it look like that, that is a much more modern looking building. And I just think the white with the black looks great. That's all.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Preston.
It looks great. I wouldn't change it. It's modern. The sign really pops out, definitely looks better than your old sign. I like how the windows are, just clean and crisp.
Right. Thank you.
Sure.
Clarification,
85.
clarification. Irene told me I can stay out till 9, okay?
We're on Eastern time.
On this elevation, you're talking about putting above 157.46 on that elevation. There's an existing sign that's non-illuminated, correct?
There's an existence sign. More to the left of that.
So left,
Yeah, let's go back to the existing building.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
And then go back to the AI one, please. Okay, and so there's also suggestion to include an additional or have an additional sign on the right half of that. Correct? I don't have a laser pointer, but is that what we're talking about, possibility?
Man, on the north facade?
The alley.
On the north
North
facade,
side.
on the north
Okay.
facade.
I guess that would be up to you, that would be up to you to determine in this kind of concept, if you did something more modern like that sign on that
So-
side, what would you do on the north
So
side?
Dr. Shore did wanted me to ask, because what's the main street that you can see? In front of the post office?
Bridge.
Yeah,
Bridge Road.
you can't quite see this sign because it's facing the park.
Right.
So he's hoping to have another sign.
On the north
The
elevation,
north elevation as well. Right now, he does have it,
right,
and it's just a metal sign, it's
Right.
not very pretty, so.
right.
If we can do a backlit or illuminated sign like that, that would be great, or we can just. You know, do a wood one or something that matches this.
Can we see the north elevation?
So there's no north elevation of this is just
Right,
conceptual, but the north elevation is the bottom one right here.
So this would be difficult, to put. A substantial sign here, right? Or what-
It would be smaller than the one
Yeah,
that's on the
But it could accomplish his desire to have signage on the north side. Yes.
would you repeat what you said, please?
If you put another sign on the north facade here. It would, I thought at first it would be significantly smaller, but. They think it would be just a fine signs.
Notice though, that elevation shows a blacked out box, and that I believe is the existing sign. So that should give a sense of scale to you.
Yeah, I think a sign that big. Is pretty much worthless.
No, that's his determination. not
And it's
others.
absolutely his decision.
I agree, the design is great, and I would support additional signage, but I don't know how you do that.
You know,
No,
So you could, so you could, he's gonna have some space constraints, I think that's gonna be more of it's gonna be
Right,
one of the designers.
Right.
Challenge, if you were to do something like. This, for example, he could do 2 of these, the problem he'll run into is that space between the picture window and this office
not
window
big
here
enough.
is significantly wider than this
Right.
space, because remember, that elevation stops right there. at
Well, I
where
was-
the brick line is.
I wasn't suggesting replicating the
Oh,
fate,
okay, right.
I'm saying an additional sign,
You could,
right? And you could do a what do you call it? A panel sign with cutouts. Or you could do something to that effect, but that's something you would have to come back to us at any rate, correct?
Not necessarily for wall signage, no, it's not required, the staff can elevate any sign to the appearance commission. But generally, we don't do that with wall sign, if we brought up a wall sign that I proposed, you would be here till 10 p.m. 11 p.m.
Yeah, I can only be 9, but, so. How would, Mr. Chair, how do we do that?
I'm waiting for you to be done, but I'll.
Oh, this
Whoa.
is different today, huh?
Whoa. Take it back.
So,
Take it
Oh, man. It's not in the minutes, is it? I'm finished. Thank you for
All right.
allowing me time to speak.
I love the color contrast that's there.
Yes.
Originally thought, well, really. Somebody should keep that. Kind of a beige or yellowish, but you know what? This is such a stark transition. I think it looks great.
I do too.
I especially like the sign. The backlighting of that sign like that looks absolutely fantastic. I think that's a great idea. And if it can be done on one or the other sides, that same sign, I think it would be great. If not, the signs you currently have that are currently there, I just think they're ugly. I didn't like them when they went up to begin with. So if they can't be lit like that on the other parts of the building, then you have to have a box sign or whatever, metal sign or something.
Does it have to be a box sign? Can't
No.
you use the letters and just maybe leave out the
I-
tooth?
so
Could be, yeah. I don't see why not. Because that looks fantastic.
So just given the spacing you have to have in the windows and things, there was an idea that could work there. Could do the logo, for example, just have its own, as it's, in between.
Just the two?
Just the tooth?
Say where that sign is proposed right now, you could do some sort of smaller, you could do, what I'm trying to say is you could do that lighting concept.
Okay.
Yeah, you just wanna make sure that it's enough, you leave the spacing that you need from those windows and from the side of the elevation, you don't wanna get too close to those.
Okay.
That's what's, yeah. The design code, there's no shoes to be heard on.
They're also the landscaping we haven't seen, but I trust it's gonna be okay.
It'll have to be reviewed by the landscape.
Yeah,
reviewer.
I'm not
I
concerned.
think it was
Arborist.
the arborist. Yeah.
All right, so do I need to add anything? Do I need to add anything to the motion?
I think anything you would add, since we already covered landscaping and lighting, the only thing we would really need to cover is, if you want anything with the proposed elevation that reflects the, I don't know, the white, black color scheme or something that locks that. You
Recommend that, right?
Yeah, let me see.
changes that are,
You heard that.
in alignment with the alternative elevation.
It's not in here at all. 6.
So while there's silence, there's a post sign somewhere in that, corner of their facing north. Does that make any sense at all?
No.
I don't know. I don't think you'll see it, right? And it
Well-
might look weird this side.
He's got a nice clean look like that.
It does have a nice clean look. You're right about that.
I believe the business immediately next door, which is also a dental office, no, their post sign faces out to Hickory, they have a roof mounted sign actually on theirs, it's actually, it's a plain white panel with Times New Roman text that is, just on the roof. Kind of different, it's a different location of their.
I catch it.
And then they have a bunch of signage in the back, they have more than our code, a lot, but.
All right, is there anything else that the board would like or commission would like to discuss? Yeah. All right, then, do I have a motion to approve case 26-20, the appearance review for Signature Smiles Dental at 18114 Gottschalk Avenue as proposed on the drawing submitted by Domani Builders, subject to the following conditions. provide a plant palette and identify final planting locations as on a revised landscape plan in alignment with the village native plant species list prior to issuance of building permits. Did you say strike number 2, Noah?
What's that?
Did you say to strike point number 2 here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Struck.
the revised landscape plan.
Okay, then modify lighting fixtures on the existing entry to match LED fixtures proposed on the new section of the building to meet the appearance plan standards and ensure consistency with current lighting requirements of the village ordinance. Now, that's the sign you're gonna use, correct?
It's a concept, but we'll have, the sign company will make this sign.
Yes. Add an additional shielded security lighting fixture at the northwest corner of the building on the west facade, matching the existing security lighting fixture at the southwest corner of the building on the west facade to ensure sufficient security lighting on this side of the building. The Director of Economic and Community Development shall provide a waiver of the transparency requirements for the building as permitted in section 44-05-11D of this village zoning ordinance, and the color scheme shall be white with black trim as presented in the AI alternative elevation concept picture.
Second.
Second. Noah, roll call, please.
Right, member Duffy,
Aye.
member Preston,
Hi.
member Quirk,
Aye.
member Clark,
Aye.
Chair Ryan.
Aye. All right, good.
Right.
Right?
Motion passed. Thank you very
Looks
much.
good,
Take your
thank you.
time.
We
Thank you.
appreciate it. Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much.
We'll
You got
see
your
next
creative
week around
writing.
site interview and especially.
Nice.
Good night.
Care.
Thank you. All right, no, any old business,
Old business, none.
new business.
Just as a note on the 9th, April 9th, the Holiday Properties, who is the selected developer for the Matrix building site and the Village Hall parking lot site, will be doing a pre-meeting for the Planning and Zoning Commission. It's required by our plan development code. They will just be presenting the initial concept and their kind of design, as kind of a preliminary design packet of just what they're looking to do on the site. So if you're interested, that is something that we'll be doing. So,
And the donut shop opens next week, along with these.
In theory.
In theory.
And then it could be-
Today, the business applications are in process.
They are
Excited.
ready.
All right, do I have a motion to adjourn at 7:42?
A motion.
Second,
Thank you.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much, everybody. Less than the 2 hours.
Good meeting.
Roll call vote thing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And the storms are still 50 miles away, so we're good.
Right, you've got.
About 50 miles.